Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Santa's Switch Adapted Toys. We're going to do another Linkimals one. This is the Linkimals 1 to 20 count and quiz whale. So this is going to be a little different in the way it's set up. It's going to be simple to adapt once you figure out where the connections are going to be. But it's not quite so simple as far as figuring out the switch, because it's got a really unusual switch pad for it. So rather than getting right into it, let's turn it back on. And we have the counting, but we're not going to be able to do anything with that. We're going to do the questions. So this is the switch, or the activation point we're going to be using. When this is in use and playing, it's going to ask the user to identify numbers and colors and things like that. Since we're not going to adapt all 20 of those, then it's pretty much going to be a play and listen to the activations and the music. And so that's what we're going to have access to do. So just turn them off and continue getting the screws out. I did have this open earlier and studied it, but I put all the screws back in because I wasn't sure when I was going to get a chance to get back to it, and I didn't want to misplace any of the parts. So get it opened up. Battery pack is there. And now we're looking at the inside, the circuit board. All these switches here on the front, this is a super thin layer, 2 layers of plastic with a bubble on it, and pointless. There's no, don't even bother trying to go into this. This is not where you want to be. There's nothing that I could even imagine being able to solder on that plate. Where we're going to solder is on the other side of this printed circuit board. And I ran out, this is a ribbon wire that comes into this. It's connected here, and I tagged out, or rang out if you will, which 2 points on there we're going to attach to. To gain access to that, we need to turn it over. So we'll remove it. I always use different containers for the hardware as I progress into a toy, so that I can make sure that I'm putting the right screws in the right place again. And once those 2 screws are out, sometimes the plastic has been melted down on these 2 points here, and a little bit, making it maybe a little bit rough to get up, but it does come off without too much incident. And turning it over, get some light down on it there, and zoom in a little bit to see where things are. So on this, zoom down onto that closer. Oh, we were in focus and then it jumped out of focus. This is getting pretty close. I don't know if I can get it much closer. So we'll hold it there for a moment. I'm going to turn the toy back on, so everything's going to go fuzzy. Where did the switch go? Here it is. No, that's not the switch. Where's the switch? I turned it off. Oh, it's on the other side of the board. Okay, hold on a minute. The switch is on this side of the board. I had to flip it over and find it, but I want to turn it on so that I can demonstrate which contact points activate the toy when you press that question button on the front. And if you read down onto here, they're marked out as C5, C4, C3, C2, C1, R5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And contact points on this toy that activate it are C1 and R5. So when I take, let's see, I'll use the screwdriver, and I take and I short or jump between those two. That's the question one. So that's the one that we're going to put our cables to. C1 and C and R5. Okay. So we need to get a cable into here. The top of the toy is this is the top. So I'm going to put a cable down here on near the bottom. We want that cable to come in and ultimately go to contact points that when everything is set back right, contact points that are here along this ribbon. So I feel safe. Let's do it on this side right here. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to bring my cable in over here. Okay. I didn't set one up on the table. I've got a box of them down here. I just reach in and grab them out as I need. I feel very fortunate that I'm using all mono cables. It makes it a lot easier. I don't even have to think about it. I know what I'm doing because I've only got 2 wires in them. Okay. So when this is all said and done, I need my wires to reach just that far. That's not very far at all. I'm going to tie a strain relief knot in it here. So it doesn't need to be real long. And that's there. That will work quite well. Okay. So let's support this up where I can solder it. I'm going to zoom back in a bit. See if I can bring everything back into frame. Let's see. It's looking pretty good. Okay, and I want the wires to run, let's see, I want to run off this way. So that's okay, that's good. So one of these wires, it doesn't matter which one, goes on R5. I gotta clean off my soldering iron here. One of them goes on R5 and the other one goes on C1. Oh, I didn't give myself enough room. We'll do C1 first. Okay, and then grab the other side and bring it over and put it on R5. Okay, good. Now when you can tug on that wire a little bit, pick up the circuit boards or the toys, you know that your connection is good. Okay, so let's check it. Zoom out. Oh, zoom out, I'm sorry. And might as well zoom out a bit more. We've got our switch here. Plug that in. I'm going to kind of reassemble this board. Bring the cabling down. That looks good there. Set this back in place and turn the switch on. Alright, and activate the toy. There we are. All fixed up. So on this toy you cannot interrupt it. It runs a program that will run it until it stops. When it stops, then you can press the button again. While it's running through that program, I'm going to go ahead and reassemble. Put the screws back in. Okay. And press the button to reactivate it. Just
round 1, hide and seek. Where's number 9?
okay. So, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to go through this programming, waiting for user input on the numbers. And so that is somewhat a little limiting, but it is now adapted and ready to use. And it talks to all the other Linkimals just like the Linkimals are. They communicate with each other, say hi to each other, good morning and all that. And greetings. So okay, let's turn it back over. So there's the toy. There's a switch. And the whale is adapted.
Hide and seek. Show me number 7.
Alright, thank you very much. This is Santa Jerry with Santa Switch Adapted Toys. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. If you have a request for something, please put it in the comments. I enjoy doing these and making the videos and so that people can do this themselves. So, have a wonderful day.